Wow, just look at that, folks. That's what I've been looking at all day today, driving here through West Virginia. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. I just love the mountains. Hello and welcome to Guns and Gear. You know, I've already told you folks that, man, it's been really busy with work lately, and as a result of that, I've had to do a lot of driving around. I thought maybe I would make a video or two while I was driving around, sort of combining some of the things that I'm having to do right now with some of the things that I like to do, like making videos. Now, you know, I've never really wanted a channel that reported current events and discussed current events, things that were in the headlines at the time. However, I have made some videos discussing things that events that have taken place, but I usually wait days later before making a video about it, and mainly that's because I want to get more accurate information before make an opinion, develop an opinion, and then share that opinion in a video. I don't wish to make a video about the bombing that took place in Boston during the Boston Marathon. Instead, I would like to share some of my thoughts as it relates to some of the conversations that have taken place as a result of the bombing in Boston. See, it's been a week now, and we've learned quite a bit. We've learned about the individuals that's been injured, the individuals that's been killed. We have reports on individuals that we think perpetrated this heinous act. Two brothers, one of which is deceased at this time, the other one injured and in a hospital. We've learned much about these two individuals, that they are in fact immigrants. And because of the fact that they are immigrants, there has been conversations that have taken place, how that may relate to upcoming discussions of immigration policies and laws that we have in place. You see, we are seeing right before our eyes hypocrisy. But I'm not really making this video to throw rocks at that. Because to be honest with you, I've been guilty of the same thing myself. You see, I've been guilty of using a thought process to develop an opinion, to support a position, and then abandoning that very process when it doesn't suit me on another issue, right? And I'm sure that if we really look at ourselves, we could probably, that there are plenty of others that could say the same. But when we have the media that we have today, and so much of it, so many of our representatives are in front of the camera's eye. Sometimes it's this hypocrisy is glaring us right in the face. For instance, we have individuals like Dianne Feinstein, right? Like Chuck Schumer. They are federal representatives of states that are not exactly friendly to the death penalty. And it is reported that those two representatives are seeking the death penalty for this suspect. Now, of course, we had to have due process. Of course, there's going to have to be a trial and a conviction before there can be a sentence. But because these two brothers were immigrants, we've also have had many individuals caution the people of this country and their contemporaries that don't hold many of these good people that are seeking a clear pathway to citizenship, don't hold against them the heinous actions of a few. And many of these individuals that are making this plea are guilty of doing that very same thing when it comes to restricting and taking liberties away from many American citizens as a result of the actions of a few. Many of these representatives have been seen standing beside or quoting from or pleading for victims of heinous crimes, terrible, horrific events that have taken place with the use of a firearm, and have called to action the country to do something to restrict the liberties of the law-abiding, when they indeed know that all the actions they wish to take place would not have prevented, would not in one way have prevented these horrific events. That, my friends, is hypocrisy. Now, these folks are not the only ones doing it, because we see this thought process on this happening, or the hypocrisy of the thought processes happening with the Republicans as well. Because you see that some of them have said, nah, nothing, we shouldn't do anything with our Second Amendment. But immigration, however, maybe we need to be a little bit cautious. Maybe we need to put some restrictions in place before we allow someone citizenship. It's an interesting conversation, because we are a nation of immigrants. And the immigration in this country has made it such a great place, such a diverse place. You see, I agree with those individuals that are calling us to be cautious, calling us not to hold the actions of a few against the many. It is the same line of thought that I have said about the Second Amendment. Don't let the heinous actions of a few adversely affect the many. Alright folks, I'd like to thank you for watching my videos. I certainly enjoy making them. And remember to shoot straight on the range and in life. Thanks.